welcome to my first official Q&A. I asked you to ask me, and you asked me. You did. You really did. So let's get to it. I posted the initial Q&A video on multiple social medias, and first we're going to go to the questions that I received on Facebook. So George Howe says, how come you got no voice box? Well, George Howe, I was just doing it for jazzy effect, because I wanted the music to be my voice in the last video, but I do have a voice box, as you can very much hear right now. Jessica Williamson asks, why do you always wear blue and grey? Because Jess, when you find a colour scheme that works for you, you go, and go. Next we're going to go over to Instagram, where I got a few questions there as well. Danny Greenwood asks, how much was the pen? You want to know how much this pen was, Danny? You want to know how much this pen was? It was absolutely free, because I got it as part of a package that I use when I'm at school. For those that don't know, I work in education. Carl Martin asks, how much was the board? And finally, before the sun completely sets, but between you and me, I think we may have already lost that battle, we're going to head over to YouTube, where you're most likely watching this video, and we're going to get our first question. So Francesca asks, what keeps you motivated? Now this really is an interesting question, because there are many things that do keep me motivated, and there are a lot of things that demotivate me. But I would say that the thing that motivates me the most is when I make something that I am truly proud of, and can look back at that for years to come and say, I made that and I put in the effort to make that, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of it, because I'm proud of that. And I know that it was something that I did for me. That's what keeps me motivated. LJ Master Noob asks, have you written any interesting music lately? And yes, I have written some interesting music lately. So for those who don't follow me on many social medias, because I have been sharing it everywhere, I have watched the first season of Stranger Things recently, and I was absolutely just completely immersed in this series. And one of the things that I loved the most as a musician, as a film composer, was the music. So I took the music from the main theme and kind of used that as inspiration to make my own music for it, my own sort of theme, my twist on it. And yeah, that's available to listen to online. I've put links to it in this video. I might even have a link to it right here, so you can go and see it right there. I made a sort of audio spectrum for it, which is like a visualization of the music line. So it's quite nice to look at as well as listen to. So click on it, let me know what you think. I really appreciate feedback, good or bad. I can always look for places to improve, and I always like it when people tell me that my music's great, because that's really nice. So, he also asks, how is your bicycle doing? How is my bicycle doing? You know, I take that as a dig, because yeah, ever since I moved house, maybe I haven't been able to ride my bicycle anymore, because it's halfway across the country. But you know, I do what I can, and I love that bicycle. And how dare you assume I don't? In all seriousness, no. I have not ridden a bicycle at all since I moved here in May. But you know what I have been doing? I've been learning how to drive, and that is an adventure in itself. Yeah, that's right. Matthew Penlong asks, what's the best way to learn how to choose music to match a video? You know, I like to think that with all of my experience as a film composer, it has come more natural to me. But there are a few things that you can do to make sure that you're picking the right music for a video. First things first, I would say, think about it before you even do the video. If you want to do a video that's jazzy and you want jazzy music in it, then don't just do that in the music, but do that in the visuals as well. You should always be thinking about what music you're doing for a video before you do a video. Because I did the video before this in the Q&A, jazzy and all of that, I'm probably going to do the same thing again. You've probably been hearing jazz music already in this video because it's the same kind of theme as the last video. But I knew before I even set the camera up when I did that video that I wanted it to be jazzy because I was wearing a suit, and because I'm sitting on a nice sofa, and because there's a black background, and it looks quite professional, but it also looks quite cool. So yeah, you can think about beforehand. And you know, it's always nice if you have a place where you can get royalty-free music and you can just browse and see what mood hits you. Emmanuel asked me, do you slide into DMs? And I had to be honest with Emmanuel, I did not know what he meant. So I responded with DMs. Well, he replied with direct messages or Darren Martins. And I had no idea what he meant. So let's search it, shall we? Slide into DMs. Okay, Urban Dictionary. When you start a direct message chain on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with the hopes of acquiring the booty. Sean, bruh, have you seen Aurora's Instagram lately? Christian, yeah, I'm about to slide into the DMs on that right now. Sean, she won't respond to you. Christian, check it. Sean, a successful slide. Thank you, Emmanuel. And our final set of questions comes from Scarecrow Vlogs, who asks, any ideas for growth of a channel smaller than yours? Now, I'm not going to act like my channel is the biggest in the world, because it isn't. But you know, I am happy with the amount of people I've met on YouTube and the amount of subscribers that I have accumulated over the years that I've been here. And I would say that the subscribers that I do have comes from two things. One comes from here and one comes from here. From here, you have to network. You have to think of YouTube as a business, and you have to expand that business by reaching out to other people with similar businesses or channels like yours and getting to know people. Now, none of that is possible unless you use something from here, and that is your personality, your friendliness, your friendship, be a nice guy. As much as you want to use this, as much as you want to network, as much as you want to get out there and get yourself known, people aren't going to do that unless you're nice, unless you're not a dick. Don't be a dick on YouTube. Out of all 350 odd of my subscribers, I know most of them. There are only a handful of those people who I don't personally know or have had some interaction with in some way. And it's because YouTube requires that personal touch, at least in the beginning. When you're getting 1 million subscribers, then yeah, maybe you can't have that personal touch, but you have to in the beginning. Otherwise, there's not much point to it. Now, there were a few questions that I didn't get to answer, and I really would like to answer them, but my camera is flashing red, saying that it's about to run out of battery, and I'm afraid that I won't get to record this end message, so I'm doing this now, just in case. So if you did ask a question, thanks for asking. If you didn't ask a question and you're watching this video and thinking, why didn't I ask a question? That would have been really cool. Then do it now, and ask a question in the comments of this video. If I get enough, maybe I'll do another Q&A video. If I get none, then I probably won't. But thank you for watching, thank you for asking, and thank you to the sun who was with us briefly until he set and ruined my lighting. Goodbye.